What's good, YouTube? Cardfight can't hear. Aqua Life, baby, you already know how it is. So I literally just left my locals here on Sundays. I go to Superstar Card Gaming. Um, yeah, I played Revonn. I played a Revonn again today, and I kind of just wanted to bring you guys a locals report as I'm about to head home. But I wanted to do this while there's some light still outside, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it when I get into the house because I got things I do in the house. So I wanted to bring you guys. So this is going to be our second week playing Revonn. Really loving the build that I posted for you guys right now. Went in today with that same build, and the difference between today's locals and my Saturday locals is that the meta is pretty different in terms of like what people actually play and things like that. So like my Saturday locals, for instance, I guess as of release for this new set, it's a lot of Claret Sword, a lot of Narukami, and then there's obviously me playing who plays Aqua Force, and then you have some other people that play more just Shadow, so quite a few Shadow Paladin, Narukami, and then everything else in spurts, things like that. Over here it's a bit different. Over here definitely I could say one of the decks I think that like more of the people own is definitely Murakumo. And as you guys probably saw recently, Murakumo is still strong. It's still a very strong deck not to be slept on, but it's definitely different since they lost their stuff with Shiryuki. Nonetheless, I want to bring you guys the tournament report. I went undefeated again with Revonn today, so I kind of want to I'm keeping a personal record for myself just to see how well I do with this deck in tournaments overall. Especially since the game is getting just a whole lot better. I'm really liking the direction of the game right now. So right now, so I went 4-0 undefeated today. So far I'm undefeated in tournament play with the deck, 8-0 right now. So really good, really love the deck. It's very smooth, getting to our pieces, allows for a good recoup into defensive plays, definitely a fantastic rush down strategy, and then again, like I said, doing different combos with Wheel Assault and things like that. Like, the deck is just so fluid right now, and you have multiple avenues of play with the deck when it comes to how you want to attack your opponent. You can go for a little bit more risky, more pokes, or you can go for bigger damage, whatever it is you want to do. So my first round, sorry, I'm outside as you can see. So my first round, I played against, what did I play round one? Because I know I played round two. Round one was, hold on, let me think. Found it. Round one was Maelstrom. As I've said before, I originally went into this set thinking that Maelstrom was going to be a stronger, deck than Revonn, but I didn't really. It was preemptive of me, and I didn't really think that the Revonn's consistency was there, where Maelstrom did have the consistency and Glory Maelstrom, but Maelstrom was definitely a slower deck overall. I beat my opponent playing Maelstrom 2-0, and then moved on to playing Royal Paladins in round two. I was able to win that matchup 2-0 as well. Royal Paladins, there's just a solid deck overall, but I was able to open up with like Narissas and Coral Assaults, and was able to get a fantastic turn 3 in, draw a lot of cards. I would put my opponent in a hole early. Even if they hit a trigger, I still had things that were hitting, so that they still needed to commit cards from hand to block it. And then so I won that 2-0. Then went into round 3. Played against Godhand. I won that matchup 2-0. Godhand was scary in the fact that he tossed his hand down, kind of rushed me, put me to 5. I was able to hit a heal, get down to 4. Had a really nice grade 2 turn. Then I was able to block his next turn, because at that point, he was relying on, he actually wrote Illumino Dragon first and then had to sit on Illumino, so it was easier to block that. And then game 2, he did go first, got to Godhand, again, still pushed my damage, but I was able to come back with a Revonn turn with multiple Narissas and Corals. Was able to, use my Mirage units, draw, attack, draw cards, but send them to Soul, and then I was able to set up a double Gallius, turn after rewriting Revonn, and that was game. And then my last matchup in the finals, and I'm going to post the finals on YouTube. Actually, it's posted, so I'm going to post this video, and then I'm going to create a post because it's posted to my locals channel. I'm going to post that video, to it so that you guys can see me in the finals versus Murakumo. That was a very, very nerve-wracking game. In a sense, it was a good 3 games, but my opponent, over the first 2 games, definitely made some, we were going back and forth. Game 1, Hyaki Vogue was just, pushing me in. He did hit some key triggers, but I was able to come back and win. Game 2, I really couldn't do much of anything. His turn 3 burst was just too much, and he hit a crit, and I couldn't block like 39, 29, 27, 32 on a 9k Vanguard, and I was hoping to hit a damage trigger, and I didn't hit a damage trigger on my way up to 5, and then I had a decent Revonn turn, but I didn't get exactly certain units I needed to, so I can call, then draw, then get hand back. So then I ended up losing that one, and then game three definitely came down to the wire a bit, in a way. Well, not really to the wire a bit. Game 1 was more down to the wire, but I went first. I pushed him. I put him to 2. Then on my Revonn turn, while he was at a 4k Vanguard, I just, he didn't hit any damages for my Algos attacks, and then he had a no guard my Vanguard at 4 damage. He no guard my Vanguard damage because he had a handful of perfect guards, and he didn't really have any offense to put out going into the next turn, especially if he did have the perfect guard. So I ended up checking a crit on Revonn's triple drive, and I won the game there. But I was at 2 damage. I had 2 heals, 3 crits in hand. I had a Gallius, another Revonn, and a Narissa in hand. And then my Narissa that was on board, I would have drew into a Baragios with that. So I had 3 damage to give. I had plenty of shield. He was going to ride Hugo, but he didn't have a full board, so I would have been able to definitely block everything, and then close the game out with at least 7 attacks on my next Revonn turn, while he's sitting at 5 damage and has to guard everything. So definitely another good day for Revonn. Very happy with this deck. I really like this deck. I think Revonn is a deck that's going to last multiple formats, kind of like I felt Glory Maelstrom was, even though Glory Maelstrom still suffers from a lot of the same things that it still did before. This new support is okay, but not 100% fantastic. All we did get with that was a consistency boost. But I'll talk more about Glory Maelstrom in another video, but I just wanted to get this locals report out to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned for the match to be posted on my channel, so you guys can go ahead and watch me play versus Murakumo in the finals, see how I work the Revonn deck. I'm gonna come out with my brother's Narukami deck profile soon, and maybe, since I have to work from home now thanks to Corona, my brother's home, so maybe, when we can record a match, Aquaforce versus Narukami. I didn't get a chance really to record any matches today, but I'm definitely going to get more Revonn games up for you guys going into going forward, and especially as we're coming up 2 weeks away from the sneak peek of the new set. I definitely want to see how Revonn handles how we can handle Angels, Genesis, and what I think is going to be one of the top 5 decks in the game, Chrono Fang. Definitely going to enjoy figuring out that matchup as well. But hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Aqua Life, baby. 8-0 so far. We're doing real well, and let's see how long we can keep the streak going. Peace.